Hello everyone, my name is Marshall and our presentation is about Epic Homes. Epic Home is a social enterprise in Malaysia which aims to build relationships between the city and the village, divided through the act of building homes for underprivileged communities and about their big achievement as a company's development. Epic Home have already impacted over 6,000 volunteers to join them and build more than 10 villages and 115 homes for the location people in Malaysia, which is called Ronan A172551. After the introduce of the Epic Home, I will introduce the SOWT of Epic Home. For S is the strength of Epic Home. Epic Home follows three principles. A model systems flexible and easy to assemble combined its durable and adaptable house. These advantages allows Epic Home to greatly save on-road costs and processing time to keep them in the market domain. For the W is weakness of Epic Home. The weakness of Epic Home are their clients is only the poor people, so they are not destined to make a lot of money, and the company needs social donations to carry out their house building projects. For Epic Home, the company's opportunities may be financed and sponsored by social people or governments. With this financing and sponsorship, it's also a good foundation for the company's development. And the threat of Epic Home. The threat of Epic Home Company is more due to financial constructions. If there is no social fundraising or cooperating sponsorship, the company will still be in the state of loss. The marketing strategy of Epic Home. The main marketing strategy of Epic Home is use the support of charity projects to obtain more funds and more business. Build cheap houses for the poor people with cheap and lightweight materials and save a lot of money with volunteers, labor costs. The slogan contacting cities and villages has also become a strategy to help them to get more attention. And next is a marketing mix of Epic Homes. For Epic Home, they achieve their goal by building reliable homes for poor people, but if they are left alone to find those in need, their progress will be slow. In order to let more people know them and make Epic Home better, accepted by more people, the Epic Home team, in order to reduce costs, increase effect, and attract more volunteers, the team came up with many methods. In on the product side, the team adopts more effective design principles in order to reduce the cost of materials and time. The product of Epic Home. An Epic Home building has the following characteristics. Firstly, it can be built as fast as 3 to 4 days. Secondly, it's designed based on modern blocks of 110 square. finally designed based on size of family and land, and it's designed to suit the needs of the ORIN-SU community. It is also easy to understand and fun to build. Every epic home will be designed to build durable and adaptable to different seed, different set conditions and climates. And all companies are designed to be lightweight and portable to allow for transporting, particularly to remove the errors.
UNDP estimates that 34% of orang asli live in poverty, equivalent one-third of their population. Owning a home is their core need. It is recorded that over 12,000 orang asli families live in unsafe housing condition, and 82% orang asli in need of housing aid. About the orang asli people, 35% orang asli classified as a hardcore poor and 77% orang asli classified as a poor. So with Epic Homes assistance, these poor orang asli families will have their own house. For orang asli, after the housing problem was solved, their biggest problem was solved. So their biggest need was safe and cheap house. But poverty only allowed them to compromise and live in a dangerous house. So Epic Home will organize volunteers to participate in the construction of the house and call for donation from the community to support them in building new and safe house for orang asli to meet their most basic needs. Epic Homes Company background. Epic Homes began in 2010 as a small one-off toilet building and house painting project at an orang asli village. After viewing a man's home on the verge of collapse, the team back then Johnson A, Loh John, Ming, Jane Kennedy, and Jasmine Eng learned that he had been living in such unsafe housing conditions for over 2 years. Building a home seemed like a simple solution, but they also knew that they wanted the community to be part of the process in creating long-term sustainability, and they wanted to build relationship with this community to understand their challenges on a deeper level.
So now we are going to talk about the price of Epic Homes. The price of each Epic Homes varies according to the terrain based on their current family size, potential family growth, or land. Most of the money for build the Epic Homes comes from corporate sponsorship and private donations. People can donation via Epic Homes website, either one-time donation or monthly donation. Through one-time donation, people can choose between a minimum of 10 ringgit or maximum of 500 ringgit at a time. If people want to choose the monthly donation, the amount is as same as the one-time donation, but for the monthly donation, the payment is made by monthly. That is also mean it's a kind of long-term grant. For enterprise, each time they build a house of different specifications, they will spend different amounts on materials and labor. In order to make the rational use of the remaining funds of each project, the Epic Homes launched a program called 100% Roll Forward Funds. In such case, where a small home size is selected since costless and there are remaining funds. So these funds are put and will be used to support higher cost of consumers, remove villagers, support land preparation for more challenging set terrains, and to build more homes. For the costing of of building the epic homes. Almost 11.1% of the cost from the logistics and the supply chain. 10% of the cost is the overhead costs such as the administration, includes materials, foundation, insurance, and so on. And there are another 1.5% of the cost is tools and equipment. The Epic Home also collaborates with numbers of the large companies in Malaysia in order to get the sponsorship. Specific uh, such as the Maxis, Asia, and there are also many education groups also collaborate with Epic Homes, such as the Taylor's Education Group and the Songwei University. And now we are going to talk about the place of Epic Homes. The location of each Epic Homes is different in order to identify the families which need the helps. The Epic Home identifies the families through pathfinders. In this case, the Epic Home Enterprise actively map and engage villagers with help of election, such as a no-government organization or the village chief. They are then based on the statistical list of eligibility to form a poverty list. If people been working or know some working closely the villager or a community which needs the help of Epic Homes, people can connect the enterprise through the website of Epic Homes. Through the communication with the enterprise and through the standard process of building the Epic Home, after determining the location, so many people in need and can get help as soon as possible. And then we'll talk about the promotion of Epic Homes. The team also knew that only building a house cannot solve problems forever. They want to build a kind of relationship with this community to understand the challenges in a deep level. The team created a website named is as same as a house they have built, Epic Homes. The team is spread by logo and IKEA, so the team will look for help from others, so this community can build together. To find people in need, the Epic Homes create a program which called the Pathfinders, act as the first point of connect with the communities, and for the communities Epic Homes built for. And the Pathfinders helps to indicate for the Epic Homes process where he or she engages with the community over a long period of time, slowly building trust with the mapping of villages and communities. There is another program is called Pay It Forward. For any family that receives Epic Home, they will have to part to this program. This is an initiative that aims to equip and empower the local community. This program requires the recipient of an Epic Home to build not just their own home, but also the next two homes in their village. The enterprise hopes that this program could encourage and improve the relationship among the community, and this program can also make more pride and ownership in their achievement. And then we're going to talk about to present the planning and control of Epic Homes. The Epic Homes aims to help the people who are suffering in the unsafe living condition and build links between the city and countryside. In order to achieve this goal, first they will build the house for the poor people. They laid down the design principles in order to build the house to make sure the house they build are as cheap and durable possible. They set a modular system which allows for the flexibility and efficiency to cut different family sizes. And the house is made of various components which can design to be lightweight and portable to allow for transporting, particularly to remote areas. The house must be designed to be durable and adaptable in different kinds of conditions and climates. And the house also can be built in 3 days to reduce the time cost and have as many people as possible build homes in a relatively short period of time. The epic home can be easily constructed by ordinary people with minimal training and guidance from building manuals and using basic powers and hand tools. And in order to build relationships between the urban and the rural, they have opened up channels to recruit volunteers on their website. There are few ways to be volunteering with epic homes. People can choose to be a pathfinder to find villagers or communities in need, and also can choose to be a facilitator helps to train the volunteer. They can also choose to be an experienced coordinator to master the planning and epic volunteer experience while overseeing aspects such as the welfare, project administration, even logistics, and more. People can also choose to be a builder. And the Epic Homes also published a program called Pay It Forward, which we already presented in the above to help people as many as.
The next is our action plan in order to achieve this goal. The Epic Home T66 process to help the people in need. The first one is to identify families through pathfinds, and once a family is verified, they will create mission briefs and begin moving into discussion with potentially completed and funding the build. The next step is response to find the building, browse the difference from the follicles or the funding resides, even through the company which they collaborate with. The fourth step is confirm the building. Once the building be formed, the team will begin to cooperating in areas such as the logistics and materials. The next step is training the buildings to mobile the prepare the new expressed volunteers to build a home together. The last stop is start building. To recruit volunteers, the team set up a channel on its website to create the volunteers. People can choose what kind of volunteers they want to be. They also post a project on the Facebook web that currently even which need volunteers, so that want to be volunteers can pick a project they are right to find them. Let's talk about our discussion. Through the understanding and the research of Epic Home, we found the Epic Home has a good understanding of customer needs. For example, it will choose lightweight house materials and ventilation, transportation, and assemble, and use volunteers and housing resources to build a house to promote the reduction of urban rural group, public welfare and starting attracting more people to volunteer work with public welfare and starting. They are not only meet image for their company, but at the same time, there are still some shortcomings and difficulties. For example, if social funding is reduced, it will not support to the company's profitability, but will put the company into a loss state. For Epic Home, more coming from manager for suspecting OJAC reality condition of business strategy. For now, you just need to meet consumer just need, but in the future, score and then to consider whether need to adjustment management strategy. For example, provide higher consumer domain material are relatively expensive security houses or expand the contact of the customer service. For example, when the landlords ask to build the house to other more villager build the same time expand the business scopes. We have discussed several proposing solutions. One, procurement by product other than products such as the house force on electric furniture. Two, combining the difficult conditions of each city to the public to introduce a price range for building house such as 3,000 to 10,000 ringgit, so that the first win. 3. Design some simple entertainment function, for example, to finishing the sales mix to your home to from a making mix with the persuasion we can adopt to the problem that we company face in the future. The next one is our very important conclusion. Overall, Epic Home is a social enterprise with good perspective and sustainability. This team is faced with many poor people who are in urgent need of housing security. So far, this team has helped more than 100 families. At present, many enterprises support the team through website funding, and the public also supports the project of Epic Home, which has received positive response from volunteers. Based on this fact, we speculate the Epic Home enterprises has a good development prospect and sustainability.